This month has been all about posture, so we're going to talk about some of the ways we modified the poses for accommodating or working on having better posture. So first we're going to talk about mountain pose, and we talked about how to work on your posture on mountain at a wall, and we also talked about using a strap. So if you're going to use a strap, you're going to go around roughly just underneath the shoulder blade or the scapula. You're going to bring both of them to the front here, about the same length. Then we're going to try to not have a twist, put them over the shoulders, try to keep them straight, otherwise it kind of hurts in the joint. And then we cross them in the back. And if you have a mirror, you can check if you are twisted or not. And then we do a gentle little pull, and so that opens the chest, right, because we're working on posture. And so this will help us to be aware if we are slouching, or if we check this in a mirror, or we use the strap and then we check it against the wall, and then we just hook the front with the buckle. It doesn't allow you to slouch. So you could check this against the wall. Now we want to keep in mind the head position. We can still have this proper, and we can still be doing all kinds of crazy stuff with the upper and lower spine. So we want to make sure that we are very mindful and we keep that in check as we are utilizing the strap to help us better our posture. So to take it out, you just undo it. And then we also talked about a side plank, a variation of a side plank. So we are varied a couple different things in it. We came down onto our forearm here, and we bent the lower leg about 90 degrees, nice and straight. Now remember, we're going to lift off here, and as we lift the hip up, now you might just be here, that's okay, you can bring the hand here. We just don't want to close the chest off, but a lot of people are weak in different gluteal muscles, and so this can help to work those hip abductors and medial rotators. If we lift the top leg, we can also raise the arm. We could also just be here and just do that, but it is a nice variation to really engage some of those muscles that tend to be weaker. When we talked about half bow pose, so I'm going to use 2 bolsters, and if you have a hard time reaching your foot, you could use a strap. You would just make a loop in the strap, and we talked about how to do it that way. So I'm going to kind of aim for hip flexor area to be hitting on the bolsters. Now you might only need 1. Mine are softer, so I use 2. So we want to remember, you can place a block here if you need to be up a little more, but we are working on stretching out the front of the body without crunching the lower back. So we're really being mindful of full body posture in a healthy way, and how to help accommodate for maybe some shoulder tension, some restriction somewhere. So when we come into this pose, we're going to be mindful of our lower back and not crunching it. So we're going to reach back, and we're keeping the opposite side in check here. We're very awake on that side. We're not just turning it off, and we can bend the toes and see how that changes up the stretch on the quad. Our other pose that we talked about is a supported child's pose. And because my bolsters are softer, I'm going to put a couple blocks down first and then place my bolsters on my blocks. It just is a better height for me. So we bring the toes together, knees wide, pull the bolsters in towards you, and so we're thinking about the whole spine and how we can create better posture, better habits, we'll feel better. So as we come down onto here, instead of twisting the neck to the side, I'm going to clasp my hands together and rest my forehead on my hands. And it's a really nice change from constantly just opening the chest. Like we work a lot on opening the chest or strengthening the back. It kind of just allows the body to kind of relax. So another way you could modify this, if you have some neck issues, and depending, you can always bring a blanket or a small towel and use that. Or if you wanted to put your head here and bring your arms down, that's another way you could modify it. But it depends on what you're working on, obviously how you're going to modify, and you can use as many bolsters or as few bolsters as you need.